Alrighty, let's have some fun here. Live for the game. I have one problem, I can't get the chat to dock, but it is what it is. Yankees versus Rays here. I'm not exactly sure expecting this game. Got two bad pitchers on the mound. Okay. And alrighty, let's have some fun here. Live for the game. It's going to be interesting to watch. So, Yankees versus Rays here. Not exactly sure expecting this game. Got two bad pitchers on the mound. Okay. And let's have some fun here. Don't want it completely muted. There we go. So, it's going to be interesting to kind of see how this game goes. The Rays only got one hit yesterday. They did not score, so we know the Yankees can hold them down. The former Ryan Yarbrough on the mound, though. So it'll be interesting to watch on that. Game's about 10 minutes away from the first pitch. Thing is, the Yankees have hit Zach Little, the Rays pitcher, very well, including recently, last time they faced him, they beat him in Tampa. It was actually Tampa now where they play there. This time Brenner Field, not over in St. Petersburg. As for Yarbrough, the Rays, they got a run off him in 3 innings, but didn't really hit him. Yarbrough stretched out to where he could potentially go to 90, 95 pitches if he wanted to. So I don't know how long to expect him in the game. 4 innings, 5 innings. I just don't know. Okay? So, should be interesting to watch, and yeah. Game should get going here soon, and the lineups, it's Diaz still batting his 248. He's fallen off a cliff. Then Morel, then Lowe, then Caminero, then Meade, then Caballero, then Misner, then Jansen, and then Walls. There's nothing in that lineup that could score runs. The highest batting average, 305 by Misner, and that is as suspicious as it gets. There's nothing in the lineup that can score runs. That's part of their problem. For the Yankees, it is Bellinger leading off. It's a little weird. He's batting 196 now. He's been batting better as late, but still. Then Judge, Rice, Goldschmidt, who hit the game winner doing 3-run home run yesterday. Then Wells, Volpe, and why the crap is Volpe batting that high? He should be 8th or 9th. Then Dominguez, then Cabrera, and then Vivas. Vivas yet to get his first major league hit. I am projecting that today at some point, going against a righty that is easy to hit. The umpires for the game, Charlie Ramos at home plate. A little more of a hitter's pitcher, but pretty neutral. Alfonso Marquez at first base, second base Lance Barrett, and at third base Carlos Torres. 79 degrees, about 80 degrees, sunny, so yeah, pretty good. The wind blowing in a little bit from right and out to left. It shouldn't really affect things, only at miles an hour, but yeah. So yeah. Should be a fun game. We'll see what happens. And yeah. Feel free to chat and ask questions. I'll answer as I can. There may be questions where I just can't answer them, okay? See, I got new background software, so makes it a little easier. So for the Yankees, there's a lot of trade talks going on still around Sandy Alcantara and Nolan Arenado. It's hard to tell right now what's really going to happen here, though. Very hard to tell. The Yankees love Arenado. They want to get Arenado. So they have a solid third baseman. He is raking. He's played very well. Let me see if I can pull up his stats for you. That'll work. There. Let's see. But he's got about 5 home runs. He's batting well at the batting average. It's been something to see. I did not think we'd see this kind of a bounce back from Arenado. But I was off to think he's getting him. 237, 313 ribbies, 720. He batted under 200 last year. So he's kind of getting cold right now after a hot start. Might be some concerns, but with Sandy Alcantara, there are some major concerns. 8.78 ERA. He is in the DFA area now. If he doesn't have a massively good start. Nobody's sure what's happening there either. I don't know what to make of that one myself. It's bizarre. It is. Just very bizarre. Alcantara, after 2 straight starts to start the season. One was 6 1/3 innings, went 7, then he had 6 2/3 innings. with 4 runs on that one. But he's going deep in games now. He can't get past 5 innings, and he's giving up 5, 6, 7 runs a game. It's weird. It is weird. So, if I had to pick guys to homer today, I'd go with the Yankees on that side. I think Ben Rice could be a good one today. Bellinger, because this Little will give up fly balls to right or left-handers. So, yeah, you kind of have to keep that one in mind. Jason Dominguez is another one. I think he's going to get into a hot streak soon and really wake up that bat, especially power-wise. And this is a time of the year where a lot of trade stocks start up and run into July. By the way, the Red Sox first baseman Tristan Casas is done for the year. He's gone. He blew out his patellar tendon. So there's a injury for them. They'll have to try to work around. By the way, the Kentucky Derby is today. That race will be about 3 or 4 hours from now. We'll see how that happens, how that goes on. I don't really cover a lot of horse racing on this. I don't like it because I've met 2 jockeys and they've admitted me it's rigged. They straight up admitted it. So, how do I keep getting logged out of stuff?
Were you going to make up pancakes?
How do I keep getting logged out of stuff for no reason at all? I don't get that. Alright, so about 5 minutes away now from Yankees versus Rays. Did I log into the wrong one? Or... Oh, yeah, that's why, okay. Yeah. I don't get it. Today I warm up my computer and log in. I'm logged out of things I should not be logged out of. I don't get that. Anyways, it's a time where a lot of trade talks are starting to start to hear a lot of rumblings, and then once we get into July, you'll really start to hear things. Usually we see the first trade for the deadline end of June. Somewhere in there. So we're still a little ways away from that. But yes, for the Kentucky Derby, it's just a few hours away. When is post time? Seeing if I can figure that out. It doesn't say there. Bob Baffert will again have about 5 horses in there. Even though he can't be there himself, he will have horses there. Okay, this will tell me the favorites. The favorites are Burnham Square, Journalism, and Rodriguez. And that's actually the second name they've given that horse, Rodriguez. He actually had a different name before that, but Journalism at 3-1 is the favorite. So let's a little rundown of that. So I really don't know what to expect in this game. I would hope we would see some home runs, some good offense from the Yankees, building an early lead. But Paul Goldschmidt's been better than anybody could have ever expected. 3 homers, 16 ribbies, a 361 average, 906 OPS. It's been amazing to watch him. And he's got 2 home runs in the last about 4 games, so maybe he can get the home runs up there 25 to 30. And he's playing for a contract next year because the Yankees will be signing Murnitak Murakami. They also have TJ Rumfield. He will not be a Yankee next year. We don't know where Goldschmidt will go next year. We don't have a clue, but he won't be a Yankee. So Clark Schmidt was supposed to start day scratched. He'll pitch Tuesday. We'll see how that goes. And how about Carlos Rodon? Now 4-3 at the 3.43 ERA. He's having a great year all of a sudden. Yeah, Yankees fans asking for no BS against this bad Rays pitcher today. And that's what I like to see. Build a good lead early and just control it. J.D. Davis back to the Angels, by the way. If you didn't hear about that, that just happened. So, probably other side of this commercial break, we'll get the game going. I was having a problem with OPS, it will not connect to my YouTube account for the chat. But, yeah, it is what it is. I keep logging in there and it just will not connect. Oh, now I just got it in. Okay. Okay, now it works. Okay. Welcome all. We're going to have some fun here at this Yankees game. And Yankees versus Rays. Again, I don't know what to expect with this game. You have Yarbrough, the former Ray, versus the current Ray, Zach Little. Zach Little is a right-hand pitcher who is pretty bad. He has 1 win against 5 losses, 5.03 ERA. He's just been bad. Bad. look at his game logs, and no quality starts. He had one game, he got 7 innings pitched into it. Other than that, he struggled. Okay. Gave up 7 back on April 10th against the Angels. I don't know how you do that against them. And so it should be interesting. He's not a good pitcher. Should be an easy one for the Yankees to score against. But we'll see. As the Yankees looking for a starting pitcher, the horrific last 6 starts, or 5 starts, whatever it was from Sandy Alcantara, dropped his ERA to 8.78, has changed the focus of the trade market on starting pitching. Michael King's not available. Dylan Cease isn't available. These guys are going to be hitting free agency. With that bad of ERA, who could fix him? Why would any team really want him? So it should be kind of interesting to watch there. The Yankees do hope to get Luis Gil back early next month, and hope he could step in. Clark Smith's had a few good outings recently. He has. And maybe he get it together. And the Yankees could really use that, if I'm being honest. They could really use Clark Smith putting it together and being himself that he was last year. And you look at his last few outings, 5 innings, 1-run ball. 2 outings for that, 5 2/3, a 3-run ball. So he had 2 really good outings, and then the bad one, 4 innings, 5 runs against the Guardians. And the home games, he's been really good. The road game, he's been bad. So can he put it together? Can he be what they need him to be? That'll be a good question to ask. If you have questions, throw them in the chat. Yankees get going here very soon, and then we'll see how this game goes. We're at the scheduled start time right now. It's not started. That's one of my pet peeves. When they don't get the game going at the time they said they would get it going. So, Rays don't have the bats to hit. Their highest team, OPS 727. That's below average. The average OPS right now is around 788. So this is a bad offensive team for the Rays. This is one that you should be able to shut down and get some wins against. And I was actually furious at that Orioles series. There were 3 innings which the umpire screwed up the Yankees offense. They made calls that stopped the Yankees from scoring, or the Yankees sweep that series. 2 in game 3 of the series, 1 in game 1, or the Yankees probably explode with like a 6-7 run inning. So, what would I like to see Yankees do? Get Arenado for 1. He could be a solid third baseman, but the Cardinals got to eat some money there. I'd like to see Yorbit Vivas get some hits and get that back going in the bigs. It is a beautiful day of baseball today, I'll say that. I'd like to see him get a starting pitcher, but I just don't know who with Alcantara falling off a cliff. I just don't know what pitcher out there you could really get. And you look at the pitchers in free agency, and their teams are competing. They're not really going to be available. Tristan McKenzie's probably got free agency, and the Yankees are showing no interest in him thus far. And my goodness, he was outright assigned to AAA Columbus, so he cleared waivers. So he's not available anymore, Tristan McKenzie. But you look at the upcoming free agent market, and the starting pitchers, it's not that impressive. Some have just been pulled right off it. Okay, I'm pulling up the list here. Nope, that's not right. It's the wrong list. Here we go, and there's still a lot of players with options that they have to go through. And let's go to, where is starting pitchers here, and you have Marcus Stroman. Yeah, he's gone. Lucas Giolito, he's not having that good of a season. Vince Velasquez, no chance. Sean Newcomb, crap. Carlos Carrasco, crap. Brad Keller, crap. Dustin May, 50-50 if he's good or not. He's not having that good of a year. J.T. Bruder-Baker, Kyle Hendricks. Cal Quantrill could be a good one, but he's going to be demanding probably $20-25 million a year. Chris Paddock, another one, could be, but is not yet. Griffin Canning, Michael Kopech, Andrew Heaney, who's too good with the Pirates. He's got to fall off. He's not half as good as he's pitching. Paul Blackburn, Austin Gomer, Eric Fetty, an okay one with the Cardinals, but he's not available in trade yet. No way to know if he is, and he'll be 35 in free agency, by the way. Nestor Cortez, and that's it. The Brewers don't exercise this option. I believe they will. Merrill Kelly, maybe that's when you go after, but he'll be 39. 39 next year. Excuse me. Aaron Savali of the Brewers, and that's another one's an option, probably gets exercised. Patrick Corbin, crap. Herman Marquez, Michael King, he's good. Tyler Mahle, he's been good with the Rangers, very good. Steven Match, Ranger Suarez, Kente Maeda, Tomoyuki Sugano, the Orioles, that's the Japanese pitcher. Kyle Gibson, Tyler Anderson, Zach Eflin, Dylan Cease, now they're okay one, but he's been pretty bad this year. Zach Allen, a okay one with the Diamondbacks, but his option will be exercised. John Gray, Alex Cobb, Justin Verlander, trash. Charlie Morton, Max Scherzer, injured again. He's trash. He should retire. Miles Mikolas, Framber Valdez, Chris Bassett, okay, but he'll be, again, turn 39 next year. Nick Martinez, Jordan Montgomery, Frankie Montez, Shane Bieber. Bieber is coming off injury, and he's got the option. It will be exercised. Seth Lugo, Jack Flaherty, Walker Buehler, Brandon Woodruff, Shota Imanaga. And Imanaga's got an option. That will be exercised. Jose Quintana, Michael Lorenzen, Martin Perez, Freddie Peralta, John Means. An option will be exercised. Randy Dubnyk, Jose DiCurti. Chris Sale's got the option as well. The Braves are keeping him. And Westpac, it's just not a good free agent market there. So, Yarborough's on the mound. We're about to get going. Yankees versus Rays. The first. A player's already on. A walk. Diaz can't walk. Diaz draws fewer walks than anyone. I've got to check this. I keep a game day up to check this. Where are the pitches? 2 in the zone called balls. So an illegal walk right off the bat in this one. This is Morel at the plate. Against lefty Ryan Yarbrough. And the Rays struggle against lefties. Might be why Yarborough's getting this start. And that's wide. That's a foot wide. That's a waste of a pitch. I hate that. When I pitched in high school as a reliever, my pitching coach, he was a former MLBer, he retired and went into coaching, would stress there's never reason for a pitcher to miss a zone. That's popped up down the right side but out of play. And it was his pet peeve. Another one, he lived in Utah, but I can't remember his name, but big-time MLB pitcher. Everybody knew him around Utah where I grew up, and he preached that to Nolan Ryan said the same thing. There's never a reason for a pitcher to miss the zone in all actuality. And there's another waste of a pitch. Low. The only time Nolan Ryan said he would ever miss the zone on purpose was if he had an 0-2 count. That's it. Then he just pummeled the zone and he'd never get the 3-ball counts. And a 2-1 pitch coming here. This is just inexcusable pitching to start from Yarbrough. And there's a pop-up again, foul and out of play, and he's got a 2-2 count. Big advantage for the pitcher there. Pitcher needs 1, the batter needs 2. And now you've got about to your 10th pitch, you haven't recorded an out. You're out on this, okay. So, 2-2 pitch is coming to Christopher Morel, batting 2-2-7. So right down the middle. Strike 3, so there's a strikeout for Yarbrough. 1 down. And that's another thing that my high school coach would go berserk. It was Wally Joyner, by the way. Only 1 year, then it switched to Coach Brunsfeld. And then he left, and it switched to another coach. It was weird. But when Wally Joyner was that year, he would preach, never take a called strike 3. There's never a reason. So, the check at first on the runner. But the Yankees, Nolan off at third base. That really fixes the offensive weaknesses. You'll have Stanton coming back here in a few weeks. He's about to head out on rehab. Only needs a week of rehab probably to get going, maybe 10 days. It's really about 2 weeks away from him. Get Luis Gil back. Maybe he can be the starting pitcher they need. I don't know. Maybe you give somebody else in your minors a chance, and that's a strike. 0-1 count. Finally gets ahead of a hitter on the first pitch. And then I do think they've got to trade for starting pitcher. I just don't know who. That market is not developed. It's just hard to tell. And the Mariners are not open to trading anybody right now, for anybody wondering that. They lead the division. The 0-1 is grounded. Great pick by Rice. Yes, he is your first baseman today. Goldschmidt is DHing, and that is an out. 2 down, and you got a chance for a scoreless inning now and a respectable pitch count. Only 12 pitches right now. Get your third out quickly, and yeah. And Ben Rice already knows it will be Murakami at first base next year. Now, Murakami this year, by the way, he's only played in 6 games because he has been hurt and has a muscle injury. But in those 6 games, 4 at third base, 2 in the outfield, then 1 he split at first base and outfield. So they're kind of moving him around out there. I don't know why exactly, but yeah. I know first pitch coming here to Caminero. So he looks to have a scoreless first. There's a strike. So Yarbrough starting to dial it in here. Pitcher friendly. It's the first time I've ever seen that with Charlie Ramos. Just saying he's pitcher friendly. He's already called 2 in the zone balls on Yarbrough. And that's just a waste of a pitch. Now I understand, as anybody who knows baseball, every once in a while, even as a pitcher, no matter how good you are, you're going to lose a pitch. I see way too much of that, especially on the Yankees. Especially on the Yankees. So, the 1-1. Fouled away, 1 and 2, and he's got a chance to end the inning. And one thing I do not get, I've never seen this before this year. It's a new trend against Yankees pitchers. Why? Only against the Yankees are hitters starting to take everything outside the zone, not even flinching at it. Only against the Yankees. Every team I've watched, I watched a lot of baseball this year because I have free MLB TV, so I'm using it. Is that not the case? But it is against the Yankees. I don't get it. I just don't get it. 1-2 pitch here. Can he get out of the inning? Way wide. Waste of a pitch. 1.5 wide of the zone. That's an inexcusable pitch right there. There's no reason to throw that pitch. Put it right in the middle of the zone. Okay, I get it. But there's no reason for a pitch 1.5 wide of the zone. Gets given a free ball. Yeah, a tweet there. Never walk the leadoff guy. My dad used to say the leadoff walks could come around and bite you in the butt every time. And that's grounded right back to Yarbrough, and that is a scoreless first on 15 pitches. Pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. So let's see what the Yankees can do against Zach Little, the other side of this commercial break. If you have a question, go ahead and put it in the comments. We can talk about it. Again, the Yankees' focus this trade deadline will be third base and starting pitching. And by the way, Devin Williams, since he's been moved to the setup man has 3 scoreless innings and outings. So, and yes, there are teams around baseball that are cheating that are playing far, far better than their capabilities. Mets, Giants, Red Sox, among others. Astros, even a little better. But yeah. By the way, if you've been watching college football, another 4-star commit to BYU. Brockmeyer, the former Cal or Stanford quarterback, whatever it is, former Stanford quarterback, has committed to BYU. His brother will be joining him as 6'4" wide receiver. So more 4-star commits for BYU. Just looking to see if there's anything we tweeted out. 220, 42, 46. It's an interesting jersey right there. But that is actually amazing. Because you know those numbers, that's a Yankees jersey. That's the core 4, and it should be core 5 with Bernie Williams. Connor Joe back to El Paso. Padres sent him down to be called Luis Campusano, the catcher from AAA El Paso. And El Paso's not as far away from San Diego as you think. So. All right, Bellinger, Judge, Rice, due up. Anybody gets on? Goldschmidt. And Bellinger takes one just wide of the zone for a ball. I thought it would be called a strike, but to call the ball. Again, this guy's 1-5 with a 5.03 ERA. Not a good pitcher. Gives up 8 home runs to 8 walks. That's just not good when you're giving up a home run for every walk. And there's a drive to center field, a fly ball back to the track before it dies, and that's impossible. The wind blowing that to left there, and it gets to the left center of the gap. There's no possibility for Misner to get near that. That one is suspicious. I have one of those days where I get stuff on the back of my throat and it drives me nuts. Here's Aaron Judge. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is Aaron Judge, and he's been on a power run as leads up to 10 home runs. But somehow the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh's impossibly at 12. As that is belted to right up there, out there, and goodbye. 1-0 Yankees. That was shorter to right field than Bellinger's flyout. So Yankees take an early lead. Judge number 11, 1 away from Cal Raleigh for the big league lead. Cal Raleigh having 12 home runs in the ballpark he plays in is impossible. He should have 6 at most. But yeah, I think Judge will pull away from that at some point. Just put the Yankees on top, got a pitch up and away, and just belted that thing the other way. Told you, he gives up fly balls. It's 2 fly balls and 2 hitters. Here's Ben Rice. You take note of what Judge just did if you're Rice. You take note and you go looking for a good hanger early in the count. First hit of the game there, and it found the right field seats at his home run. Number 11, and yeah, Rice just flare at 189-mile-an-hour curveball. Excuse me. Elevated, fastball away. Above the knees. Those things tend to fly. I'm telling you. So, one coming to Rice. That's wide. Now, I've been impressed with Ben Rice. If he can keep it up, keep that batting average above 260 all year, gets to 30 homers and 100 RBIs, then the Yankees have their next big power hitter story. But he's got to do it all year, not have the fall off, which he started to have last few weeks, as he did last year. Now 2-1 count on Ben Rice. That's one thing I've been impressed with Ben Rice. He's not forcing things. He's letting the pitchers come to him, making the pitchers come to him. Conor McGrail, I promise you, UConn beats BYU in Boston this year. I don't know. Hunter, BYU is dominant. 11-win season, Sweet 16 for basketball. BYU's dominant. They're one of the better teams out there. They'll probably win the Big 12 in football. Basketball, I don't know. 3-1 count now on Ben Rice. Do you flare at this pitch and really try to jack it? He did. And it was there, fouled it away. And that's one thing my coach would yell at us about. We had a hitting coach, a base coach. He would yell at us just if we were behind on a pitch, laid on a pitch. Because we were trained how to get out in front and just drill the ball. Because when you can do that, when you're ready for any pitch, no matter what it is, you're a lot better hitter, a lot more balanced at the plate. And Rice strikes himself out on ball 4. That is inexcusable. That is inexcusable. You have a long at-bat against a pitcher giving up fly balls like nothing. Striking yourself out when you should have walked is inexcusable. And the home plate umpire's acting like he was calling out a ball all the way. So here's Goldschmidt at a 3-run jack yesterday. He went to right field with it. He has 3 home runs on the year himself. And he gets way inside. Almost got his belt buckle. 361, 3 homers, 16 ribbies, 906 OPS. Could not have predicted that coming into the year. More production than Yankees got in first base since Teixeira. Better than anything Rizzo did thus far. And there's a foul ball, 1-1. Now with Goldschmidt, he needs to be a 25 to 30 home run guy, maybe a little more than 30 home runs to really be a great hitter. So a 1-1 pitch here. And this is really an advantage pitcher. He needs 2. The batter needs 3. 2-1 is really even. Now's the count. Another one up there. Almost got him right on the Yankee logo. So 2-1 count. Going back to UConn has not been good at football in a long time. Now 3-1 count. Does Goldschmidt draw 2 out, walk and get Wells to the plate? And it's really sad because UConn's got a pretty good school. They used to be really great at football. Now they're not. They're terrible. It's kind of weird. If it's football, BYU will win easily. If it's basketball, it's hard to say UConn's got a good basketball program. They just got to the Sweet 16 as well. So, and won a championship not too long ago. So 3-1 pitch here to Goldschmidt. Swing and a miss at ball 4 again. 2 straight hitters. At least Goldschmidt's got another pitch here. 29 game on base streak for Judge. That's impressive. That's why he's got a 1327 OPS. If he could get that through a full season, we're talking Barry Bonds. That's grounded to the left side to the only infielder over there, raising an illegal shift again. Inning over. But the Yankees get the 1-0 lead for Yarbrough. Judge belted one on the first pitch over the right field fence. That's what makes a player so good. And that got 7 rows deep too. It wasn't just it was meant to go pretty far out. Is when you know how to use your ballpark and you can swing for your ballpark. What are my thoughts about? Yeah, exactly, Connor. We're on the same page there. That football, BYU is far better than UConn. Basketball, I would lean UConn. But what's your thought about Volpe? He's still a cancer. He has too many at-bats in key spots where he doesn't get on base. And I have yet to see him make a play defensively, that any player couldn't make. Or any shortstop. Especially you've got a guy like Lombard who's going to be an all-star MLB shortstop. So Judge on a 13-game hitting streak and a 13.27 OPS. So there's that. The league is hitting 247 while Judge is batting 434. 241 to Judge's 434. Even Jeff Passan said he's the best hitter in baseball that's not particularly close. No, Judge is in a atmosphere all his own. A level all his own. Every hitter in baseball is 5, 6, 7 levels below him. So yeah, Judge is a legit threat to get a Triple Crown this year. Legit threat. And again, speaking of the Triple Crown, the Kentucky Derby is in a few hours. Having all the pre-races right now. Livy Dunn, the cute blonde, has been doing the call to mount. The riders up. I guarantee you, Judge is in a 50 home run season. He wanted that back-to-back 50 home run season to prove what he can do. He's doing it. He is doing it. Volpe had no claim to that Gold Glove. He had no right to win that Gold Glove, period. That should have been Corey Seager. Volpe set the record for most errors by a Gold Glover with 3 times as many as any other Gold Glover in history. He is not a legit Gold Glover.
Now, you would think that in this day and age of baseball, 1-0. Oh, okay. But for the Rays,
so now you got Meade at the plate in a 2-0 count. Again, it's inexcusable. There's never reason to miss the zone as a pitcher unless you got to know what you count. And then again, only once.
They've also lost 5 of the last 6 outings against.
And that is way outside the zone, so an inexcusable 3-0 count. This is the stuff that drives me nuts. This is inexcusable. They say when you do something 10,000 times, you cannot make a mistake with it. These pitchers throw their pitch about 100,000 times a year. Be surprised. This is inexcusable. And a 4-pitch walk, inexcusable as it gets. Inexcusable as it gets. So now you got to run around on a walk, second straight inning. And by the way, the Yankees have walked 28 times as many batters as any other pitching staff in baseball. Do you know how literally impossible that is? That is so impossible that has to be scripted and rigged. There's no other possible solution. Last year they had the second fewest walks in baseball to this. This is as if we're going to see like 50 straight games without a walk in up by the Yankees. And there's a strike to start this account against Caballero. And Meade's a 150 hitter. There's no possibility he's not flailing at anything close to the zone either. So no 1 pitch. And that was in the zone because of the ball. Yeah, sure he's pitcher friendly, liars. 1-1 count. Judge is in a whole other tier above Ohtani. Ohtani's the most overrated player in history. Ohtani's not even top 5 in baseball. You can't say healthy. Yeah, Hunter, you got a point. Meade, yeah, he is horrifically bad. I'll definitely agree with you on that one. Meade has never been a good player. 430 OPS, yeah, he's got a point on that one. Another one is Jansen, 154, and you have Walls at 155. They got some bad hitters like the Yankees do. 1-2 count now here on Caballero. He went. The first hit base. They just cheated, allow another pitch to Caballero. Clearly went around, and the first base umpire said he didn't. So, first 33 game season, highest average Yankees history. Paul O'Neill, 473. Then Judge at 434. Dave Winfield at 419. All those guys at least 6'5". That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. So, 2-2 count will be coming to Caballero. Someone named Castellanos. So 2-2 pitch. Way wide. Another inexcusable pitch. Why do we always see this? Just one inexcusable pitch after another. I don't get it. So full count here. This is as inexcusable as it gets when you had a 1-2 count. Batter timeout. And this is one thing that would probably get me out of the MLB is this one time out for a bat thing. Because there were times I'd have to step out 2 or 3 times just to clear my head. When the pitch came too close, or a pitch is called wrong, I just turn my back on the umpire, just clear my head for a second and step back in. So a full count. And that is poked the other way and a base hit to right. And that is literally impossible. A cue shot that is no possible getting out of the infield, yet somehow got out. They have a rally going with nobody down in the second. It's as suspicious as it gets. There's no possible way that is by Vivas. That's clear down at the end of the bat, the hollow end bat. My hollow end bat's in the car. I'll show you what it looks like. But yeah. 2 on, nobody down here. Now you got Misner at the plate. Misner's a switch hitter, so he's batting left-handed. I thought he was a switch hitter. The heck? It says it bats left-handed. Oh, that is weird. There's a bunt. They will get a force at third base, so not a good bunt. Good play there by Yarbrough, and it's easier to go to third than first. So Cabrera read that perfectly, so did Yarbrough. And that's just a waste of an out there. That's all that is, a complete waste of an out by Misner. He'll be 0 for 1 grounding into a forced out. That'll lower his batting average probably into 300. It's a great play there by Yarbrough. Just not thinking there for the Rays. That's the type of baseball there that gets you into losses. That's not a good bunt there. The pitch is another waste of a pitch. And the runner advanced from second to third. That was suspicious. Well, the other runner did stay at first. That is Misner. He's have your double play in effect. And a really good double play guy here in Jansen if you get a ground ball. Be a pretty easy double play. So 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. And how are they getting such good jumps? They have to know what pitch is coming, and it is going to be a pitch and not a check. Get this good of jumps. Austin Wells can't believe it. He just looked at Boone in the dugout and said, how? This is fishy. How are they getting these impossibly good jumps? This is impossible. So now there's no double play effect. You have an inexcusable 2-0 count against a guy that bats 154. There's no reason to miss the zone at all. Ever against any hitter, let alone a hitter like this. There's a swing and a miss. So a 2-1 count now. The issue is now even a ground ball is probably tying the game. And the Yankees have the infield in on the corners, back in the middle. There's no double play. The middle should probably be in. And there's the zone. Yeah, that's strike 2. I was wondering if he's going to call that. He's called that a ball. That's in the zone, though. Mets and Cardinals were postponed. No other games are going. So 2-2 and a chance for a strikeout. And this is the guy you can't strike out. And impossibly, this flail-happy, swing-happy hitter takes a pitch barely outside the zone. How are they doing this? Jansen's another player who 99.9% of the time is swinging at that. Then he takes that? How? Man. That drives me berserk right there. Payoff pitch and he pops it up the other way out of play. We're seeing too much of this. We're terrible hitters who swing at literally everything. Play the Yankees, all of a sudden they're taking everything. That's as impossible gets. So a payoff pitch coming. Yankees up 1-0 in the second. So a payoff pitch. By the way, he's already thrown 19 pitches. There's his 20th pitch, and it's a walk. How the crap do you walk a guy that is impossible to walk? Jansen swings at everything. There's no possible way to walk him. How do you walk him? That has to be sign stealing right there. And it's way too easy to steal signs. Yeah, Dodgers calling up Kim. I don't think he'll be any good myself. But that has to be sign stealing for a guy that swings at everything. That's why the Jays got rid of him. To draw a walk.
Not getting his hands out of his glove.
Impossible as impossible gets.
Pitcher's up in the zone.
My goodness.
They stay back over the rubber, drive the ball down.
Tornado to face Walls. Walls is one of the best field
So there's a mound meeting with balls coming up. Bases illegally loaded. At least you know they can't steal bases here, but that is impossible. The reason the Jays got rid of Jansen is he wouldn't walk. He always struck out. How are all those hitters walking against the Yankees this year? Impossible as impossible gets.
He's also always a threat to bunt. Yankees in the corners. Back
So Yarbrough with the bases loaded. One good pitch ends the inning. Walls will ground into double plays. Middle of the infield to double play depth. The corners are in. There's a swing and a miss. Strike one there to Walls. And Walls, I believe, is a switch hitter, and he's just not good from either side of the plate. Yeah, he's a switch hitter, 5'8" switch hitter. Just not good from either side of the plate. No power at all, and just, yeah. And there's a pop-up center field. Should likely illegally tie the game as we see the rigged shit of score a run and must illegally give up a run. That is scripted rigging to the hilt right there. Yankees score a run and then must immediately give up one with the weakest part of the Rays lineup up. That's scripted to the hilt. So 0-1 count. And no team does that more than the Yankees. The Yankees have done it about 4 times more than any other team in baseball. We score a run and immediately give up one. So the Yankees being allergic to lockdown innings is as suspicious as it gets.
Well, because of Armando, if you look at Fried last night, when he's throwing fastballs upstairs, that big curveball, or they call it a sweeper sometimes, it starts in the same plane. But Yarborough, even if he throws that fastball up top, his sweeper, it just sweeps across his zone, so it doesn't have that big drop that Fried has.
Now 1 and 2s, he swings over the top one. Speaking of Diaz.
2 to 87.
Again, you got Diaz, Jansen, these guys that are completely swing happy. They're not taking anything walking against the Yankees.
Velocity off.
No, that's not the way baseball works. You don't just stop swinging because you play the Yankees or one team. And there's fouled backing out of play, and he swung at that as if he knew it was coming. Suspicious as it gets swing right there. In a 1-2 count, you do not see power swings like that unless they know the pitch is coming. And the Rays have long been suspected of seeing science that the Astros and Red Sox got busted and before that. Because they've been scoring far, far more runs than they're capable of. So the 1-2 pitch. And grounded back to Yarbrough, and that will be the inning. Now for the Rays cheating every way to tie the game. I'll be right back. I'll refill my water. And hopefully he can get the lead. When we come back, it will be Wells, Volpe, and Dominguez up.
elude the bat and get the final out.
Grounded back to Yarbrough, and that will be the inning. Now for the Rays cheating every way to tie the game. Right back to refill my water. And hopefully he can get the lead. When we come back, it will be Wells, Volpe, and Dominguez.
That excited, then flips to acting bizarre. Can't bring it out that Maui never acted like that.
introduction to Yankees universe. Use the hashtag Toronto Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures. You post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Austin Wells takes up and away. You want to know? Some news on Austin Wells, Meredith.
Now, Jeff, I don't know if you knew this, but Austin Wells and our very own Michael Kay are kind of food influencers. Austin Wells ranking burritos on the road, and today Yankee Stadium is selling a Austin Wells inspired burrito, the Favorito, at 3 different sections, 110, 217, and 321. He chose between 3 separate burritos. That is the one he went with: scrambled eggs, breakfast sausage, maple city fries, cheddar jack cheese, chipotle, aioli. Jeff, how does that sound? I know you had one. Did you like it?
Oh, they did film this. I did try it. I needed to dip it into the sauce.
Oh, that face tells it all. It's not exactly a rave. That was not your favorito.
No, I thought
It seemed like
glad it wasn't a flavorito. Didn't have a whole lot of it.
Wow.
it looked like you were saying not bad though. So not.
Well, I gave it a little bit better average. A little bit better above average score.
Okay, 1 up, 1 down. Wells.
110, 217, and 3.
Has anybody else up here?
Wells popped out, and he's hitting inexcusably bad. Wells is concerning me. 2-1 count on. Well, my goodness, what's going on with my throat today?
Because all the other critiques on the burrito.
So 2-1 pitch to Volpe. Grounds out again. Cancer Volpe for you. Batting around 230 still. He's just not an MLB hitter. That's inexcusable. Gregorius was 10 times as good.
I know where this is going.
What sections are they selling the market? Have you ferreted that out?
You know what? I'm about to do a lap and see if I can find it.
The smallest concession stand possible in Yankee Stadium would be where they're serving Michael Kay.
Really good cut by Dominguez. Fouled it away.
Have you ever had a burrito? Has he ever had a burrito?
Probably not. Well, he doesn't eat eggs. There's eggs in the burritos.
Wow.
It's a hard pass for him.
I reviewed tenders. That's it.
Tender.
That's it.
What about you put
And the
it in a
0-1.
burrito?
Right down Broadway when he takes it. That's inexcusable. That's why he's not going. You keep taking crap pitches like that.
Tenders wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I could do that.
And that's hit the other way, and it's going to impossibly stay in the air to end the inning. That ball stayed in the air 3 times as long as gravity would have allowed. I hate when I see that crap. Inexcusably bad inning right there against this horrifically bad pitcher.
But it looks like a great Austin Wells.
Yeah, the 4 trained Savages at 4 Savages. The Yankees really need to try and make a move for another starting pitcher this summer. I agree, but I just don't know who.
There's toothpaste white and there's Crest 3D white strips white. Whitens like a $400 professional
Inexcusably bad
treatment.
inning right there against a terrifically bad pitcher.
Crest.
Yeah, the Red Sox are very adamant, according to Alex Cora, that Devers will stay at DH and not move to first base. So don't expect him at first base. The White Sox wearing red and black jerseys is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in the City Connect jerseys. That should get a banned. Teams need to stick to their team jerseys, not be using, or their team colored jerseys, not be using other teams' colors.
Only 4% of dogs and 1% of cats have proper pet insurance.
Through 2 innings, Yarborough's 42 pitches, by the way, and that's inexcusable with 14 after the first inning.
Your pet happy and healthy for years to come.
Once you get it banned,
Protected.
teams need to stick to their team jerseys, not be using
Visit healthypaws.com
not
today.
using other team's colors.
It's on. Your money is now changing hands without actually ever having to change hands. It morphs into bits of data and shoots from your phone to your friend Frankie, who just picked up the brush bill. Thanks, Frankie. If you can pay anyone, anywhere instantly, your insurance should be able to pay your claims instantly. It's about time insurance does that. Lemonade, changing insurance, starting with everything.
Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your Yankees gear.
Get a pitch strike.
So we go to the third inning of a 1-1 game. Christopher Morel count is 0-1. He struck out the first inning, struck out looking against Yarbrough. Now, if you just joined us, Yarbrough emergency starter for the Yankees as Clark Schmidt scheduled to start was scratched.
0-2 now. It's on Christopher Morel.
Underwent an MRI yesterday. Everything came back clean. They expect him.
Yeah, it's the pitching market right now of the trades. There's just nothing in it. It's not worth being around, especially with Alcantara falling off a cliff. Judge is best player in Major League Baseball. That is true. And it's by a wide margin. There's no other player on his level. So, 1-2 pitch.
And Michael, he said this soreness had nothing
That's
to do
grounded
with
foul. Since the guy that strikes out so much that the Cubs got rid of him. He's supposed to be a star right-handed bopper for him, and the Cubs got rid of him because he strikes out so much. He strikes out about 45% of his at-bats. I think Spencer Jones is bad. You might want to look at that. This guy's in MLB batting .225. The 1-2, swing and miss, right on cue. By the way, for Spencer Jones, he is flat out raking right now. What the heck just happened? There we go. Flat out raking. It's unbelievable how well he is playing. 6'7" is lefty hitting outfielder. 256. Come on. Populate. There we go. 9 home runs, 16 RBIs. 16. Now he did have 38 strikeouts in 89 at-bats. But when you're hitting home runs like that, I don't care. He should be a AAA right now.
256. 9 home runs, 16 RBIs.
And my stream is not working all of a sudden.
38 strikeouts in 89 at-bats.
What's going on here? And I've used MLB.TV and it's crashed. So 2 up, 2 down quickly in the third.
He's the long relief guy. And by giving them the innings that he's given them, that saves the bullpen for other games and also gives the team a chance to catch back up.
He's done that his whole career. He started.
He's at 49 pitches. If he could have a quick inning here, this could rescue things for him. And that's ripped the other way. And another swing. There's no way you can take the powerful swing unless you know what pitch is coming. I've seen too many of those. Ryan Yarborough's at 1.98 ERA's last 6 outings. So he's been pretty dominant. My goodness. Now, 1-1 count. There are certain counts at certain times in the game where you see a hitter take a full power swing. One or two things going on. Either they're just swinging for the fences every pitch, or they know the pitch is coming. And again, it's trying to take pitches every time it's outside the zone that they know it's going to be. It's fishy.
So you're going to be getting at least 12 outs from the bullpen tomorrow. You're hoping that Yarbrough can give you at least 4.
And the pitch. A fly ball to left, but that will end the inning. Dominguez is there. Lazy fly, and let's see if the Yankees bats can take the lead back. Head to the bottom of the third. Yarbrough recovers his pitch count. He has now thrown just 53 pitches. 25 for Little, as suspicious as it gets after he had like 23 in the first inning. They even counted second inning pitches? That's fishy. 2 up for the Yankees, by the way, is Cabrera, Vivas. Can Vivas get his first career hit? And Bellinger. So they're all about left-handed, and anybody gets on, then Judge. So my ideal pitching targets in the trade markets, I don't know. Because you look at the teams that are out of contention right now are way back in their divisions, and they just don't have good enough pitchers that you'd want to go after. The Orioles, there's nothing on their staff you want to go after. The White Sox, they got nothing. Twins, 8 games out, they got nothing. Angels, 7 games out, they got nothing. The Marlins, Nationals, Braves, there's nothing else. You can somehow get Mackenzie Gore from the Nationals. The Cardinals Pirates are not really anything there. Eric Fetty is not available. He's fallen off his last 2 starts. The Diamondbacks Rockies, especially, nothing there. And the Diamondbacks are still above 500. They're not trading anybody till they're below 500 because they're on the wild card hunt. They're like a game out of the wild card. Game and a half out of the top one, game out of the second wild card. So there's just nothing available right now. Mackenzie Gore might be the best bet, but I'm not sure the Nationals would trade him. Imagine if the Yankees could pull off a trade. Volpe goes to the Nationals for C.J. Abrams and Mackenzie Gore. I don't know, though, but there's just not a lot available. The Nationals are 9-7 at home, 5-12 on the road. That's a more natural thing to see right there. Like the Braves, 8-4 at home, 6-13 on the road. Phillies 12-5 at home, 6-9 on the road. The Mets are straight up cheating to be 22-11. They don't have the pitching to have half that many wins. Mets are straight up cheating there. Dodgers back at first in the NL West. The Padres starting to fall back. Giants as well. The Tigers 21-12. That's suspicious. Tigers don't have the hitting or pitching to be there. So here is Oswald Cabrera. They call him Waldo Cabrera. Bottom third, the pitch. Right down Broadway. You cannot be taking pitches down Broadway ever. Now Cabrera grounds into the right side for a lazy out. That's pretty funny. The adorable little girl blocked her dad's eyes so he couldn't catch the ball, and he gave the ball to her. So she has the ball now.
Catch it blindfolded, and after you do that, give me the ball.
And this is Yorbit Vivas. He is 0 for 1 in his career. This guy's got a real chance right now. If he can really start hitting before Jazz gets back, he might take something. That's blooped the other way. There's no possibility that stays up and it falls foul. Only by about 4 or 5 inches foul. Vivas can't believe it. 4 or 5 inches is all from his first career hit. That was close. 4 or 5 inches is all. Woo. 2-3 inches actually. You know why those chocolates are just 3 inches. My goodness, that was close. That was close. Verse number 90. Wow. The 0-1 pitch to Yorbit Vivas. Takes the ball, 1-1. A few inches from his first career hit, it would have been a double if that had stayed fair. A 1-1 pitch here to Yorbit Vivas. High, and that's ball 2. I've seen a good MLB Reggie approach here at the plate. Okay, and if you're wondering, he had 3 or 2 walks and 3 at-bats yesterday. What it's telling me. So 2-1 pitch. And that's outside the zone. We call the strike on the rookie. He had 2 walks, 3 at-bats, had 1 strikeout. Went 0 for 1 yesterday. So this is fourth career bat, 2-2 count. Grounds this one to first, and he'll be 0 for 2. First ball he has put in play in his career right there. Got a good MLB swing. He just not getting any luck, put it that way. And here's Cody Bellinger with 2 down in the inning, and they're letting Little off easy. This is not a good pitcher, letting him off very easy. Judge on deck. Had a home run his last at bat. 3 homers, 16 ribbies for Bellinger. He's on pace about a 225 average, 27 homers, 103 ribbies right now. That's bounced in. If he could have a hot streak, he could boost that. So, 1-0 pitch. Hit well to right, but I don't think he got it. Will die on the warning track, and that's suspicious in the stadium. So another impossibly perfect inning from Little, a terrific pitcher. Yeah, Bellinger just mouthed at the dugout. I thought I got that.
suspicious in that game. Another impossible way to make the game. That Jones just mounted the dugout. I thought I got that.
So, wow, major tan lines for Livy Dunn at the Kentucky Derby. She might want to think about wearing something different and showing that. Some Yankee fans saying they're hearing thunder, so storm is coming. Okay. I'm excited to get Stanton back. I'm just not sure how you fit Stanton and Rice in the lineup unless Rice can play third base some or something. I just don't know. And that's going to be some finagling.
Some Yankee fans saying they're hearing thunder, so storm is coming. Okay. I'm excited to get Stanton back. I'm just not sure how you fit Stanton and Rice in the lineup unless Rice can play third base some.
So Yarbrough will go back to the mound for the fourth inning. We'll see how deep he can get in this game. He's got a 3.93 ERA, so he's doing pretty good with the Yankees. So Yankees do lead the AL East by 2 games going into today. So you get this win at number 20. Hope the other teams lose. Might add to your lead. And the AL East is proving it is not that good of a division. The Jays are at 500. The Rays are below 500 by 4 games. The Orioles are 5 games under 500. Red Sox 2 games above 500, but struggling nonetheless. Red Sox aren't going to be at 500. They've had a soft schedule. So it's a bad division. Yankees to lose as they continue to control it. No other games are active right now. So Yarbrough back to the mound. The former Ray. First time he's ever actually started a game against the Rays. Done relief for appearance against them, never started one to list. And there's another waste of a pitch, 1-0 count. This is Curtis Mead, just pathetic hitter. Pathetic hitter. We're over 30 games in, 35 games in, and he only has 2 RBIs, no homers. You can't have hitters like that in the MLB and expect to do anything. And there's a pitch in the zone called the ball. So 2-0 count. Yankees are 8-8 away, 11-5 at home. It's a much better home team than road. Again, that's natural. But the Tampa Bay Rays just 10 away games to 22 home games. A little bit weird. So the 2-0 and another one in the zone called the ball. The umpire squeezing the heck out of Yarbrough. And again, this is a hitter you cannot walk. You swing happy. As his low average proves.
Atlanta's a pretty easy place to play, and the fans are into the team. They get great crowds there.
The 3-0 pitch.
You really don't know what player.
And there's a strike. He finally calls with same location as 2 others in the count. The at bat, and that's a ball.
Sonny Grant. I mean, he thought that he was going to be great at Yankee Stadium. He wasn't. He couldn't handle it.
So 3-1 pitch. Grounded the other way. What a stab by Rice. Phillips to first to get the out. Another great play by Ben Rice. And yes, it is on the table. Yankees keep Rice, put him at first base, and put Minataka Murakami at third base. Murakami can play third base. He's not great, but he's good. He's well above average. Be better than anything Yankees have had. And the Yankees are fully expected to sign Murakami still in the offseason. The IL stints right now, just helping the price tag fall. That's all it's doing. Means Yankees will get him at a good price. So there's Caballero. There's no ice sound in there. It's Caballero. And another pitch in the zone called a ball. How do the Rays keep taking these pitches? They're just swing happy players. Caballero, 242, 1 homer, 10 RBIs, 712 OPS, so barely, he's below average hitter. Another one.
I'm hoping maybe he can get through this inning.
And there's a strike. The other one was on the inside corner, but Kazon shows it outside the zone when it was in there.
You didn't see the umpire scouting report.
242, 1 homer, 10 RBIs, 712 OPS, so barely below average hitter.
So the 1-1 pitch. That is in the dirt. He faked a bunt. There's just no reason to throw a pitch like that. Again, as Nolan Ryan would say, pitch coach in high school would say, there's never a reason to miss the strike zone unless you have an 0-2 count.
He's back a little bit with 1 strike.
And the 2-1 pitch.
No reason to throw a pitch like that.
Grounded to short. 2 up, 2 down.
Two down. Time for the Audi electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle. You open the Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Judge, Rice, Goldsmith due up in the next bottom half of this inning. The Arbor needs one more inning to get out of it. Let's do our every live stream say hi by Mittens. This is my tuxedo tabby. Yeah.
Of his first 7 starts.
Yeah.
With one all 7
Uh-huh.
starts.
And the pitch is a strike to Misner. And I realized too the switch hitters for the Rays. It's Simpson on the bench. He's batting .292 with no homers and 3 ribbies. So, and there's a fly ball to center that'll end the inning. Easy perfect fourth from Yarbrough. Easy perfect fourth. So Judge, Rice, and Goldschmidt coming up here. Can they do some damage? Judge hit the home run. The other two did not get on base. Rice struck out. Let's see if they do better this time through. Those two. I don't know how Judge does better after a run last so bad, but okay. That's a great play by Rice. I'm going to go to retweet that. So, there we go. That's retweeted at the King Source. You can go see that play if you're not watching. It's actually turning into an impressive start from Yarbrough. He came up as a starter with the Rays. And then it just kind of bounced between starting bullpen and never really clicked. And getting a good chance at the Yankees, he's been good. And this is from at Chris_NYY28. In 2004, only 52 MLB players had an FWAR above 3.3 for the entire season. In 2005, Aaron Judge already has a 3.3 FWAR. It's May 3rd. He's superhuman. He is the greatest player in the game today, and no other player is even near his level. There's no other way we could put it.
That's why I humbly repay you with dose.
Delicious daily shot that promotes liver function and cleanses the liver of unwanted elements.
I know I haven't always made it easy for you.
All right, just looking at things and rivalry series over there in the NL Central, Brewers and Cubs. Yeah, that's a rivalry. Kind of like what we're watching now.
Leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. That's what Judge has done this season. The bottom line is what Major League Baseball has done this season. I mean, it's like he's playing a different game than the rest of the league.
Well, they didn't even put in
So Judge at the plate. And the pitch, and he takes one for a strike. I'm not sure it was in the zone, but Kazon showed it in the zone.
100 hitter is elite.
So 0-1 count. Hit his 11th home run, his 33 ribbies. He's on pace for a monster season, by the way. And swings over the top of a ball. Can't be swinging to that crap, Judge. So 2 count, inexcusably 0-2. But Judge is on pace. Have a batting average around 380 with around 68 home runs and 158 ribbies. Just unbelievable numbers he's pacing for at this moment.
Last year, Littell's first full season as a starter. He pitched well, 29 starts, 3.63 ERA.
So an 0-2 pitch to Judge. And that's way high. He takes. That's a ball. That's a ball.
Steve at the end of the season, but in his final 9 starts, Jeff, he had a 1.82 ERA.
A 1-2 pitch.
I mean, you wanted to climb the ladder. I think that's just not a productive pitch.
And he strikes himself out. You cannot be doing that, Judge. That's as inexcusable as it gets. What are you doing, you idiot?
Pitch upstairs, if you're going to come in, then that's fine.
We'll see if Yarbrough comes out for the 50 to 64 pitches again. He could go to 90 if he really wanted to. So here is Ben Rice. And that's grounded. Foul. Best swing of the day from Rice. Look at the Yankees bullpen. Weaver, Williams, the only ones that pitched in the last 3 days, basically. Leiter, Cruz, Williams, and Hill pitched 3 days ago as well. And now Rice is swinging the pitches in the dirt. These are inexcusable swings because it's this bad of a pitcher. Inexcusable as it gets.
Hamilton next up for the Yankees.
They've let this guy lower his ERA to 4.82. This is just horrific offensive approach again against a bad pitcher. 0-2 pitch to Rice. And that's fouled away. Pretty good swing, but fouled away.
Yankees are 7-4 against the AL East. The Rays 2-6 and 4 of their 6 against the Yankees. Yankees took 3 out of 4 in Tampa, and they won last.
So 0-2 pitch. And this is lifted in the air to left center field. This will literally and possibly be caught for an out. That defied gravity, or that's on the grass. Rice can't believe it. There's no possibility that doesn't bloop in there. That defied gravity. Impossible. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. He's only batted 358. And first pitch swinging, and another literally impossibly perfect inning by a pathetic pitcher in Zach Little. This is as literally impossible as it gets.
Yellow's not gonna fly. Buckle up. There's toothpaste white and there's Crest 3D white strips white. Whitens like a $400
Literally impossible, perfect inning by a pathetic pitcher of Zach Little. This is as literally impossible as it gets.
According to Jim Bowden, by the way, for the Red Sox, they will go with Abraham Toro and Romy Gonzalez for first base for now.
At the counter or square terminal in your hand.
I don't know if any first baseman available you could really get. I don't.
Handle orders, ASAP.
And no, Murakami will not give the Red Sox the time of day. It is Yankees pretty much only right now for him.
For everything from small repairs to biggest dreams. Game time and peace of mind with restaurant tools that bring everything together. Switch to Square today. Visit square.com to get started.
People
said I was crazy to do this.
I know. Murakami
Just
will
to
not
surf
give the Red Sox
I wanted
time
to
of
shake
day.
up the sunglasses.
Yankees.
I wanted
So we go to the top of the fifth, and it does look like Yarborough will stay out there for now.
So I created blenders. Born on the beach, San Diego. Now rock the Thrive worldwide. We're bright
But it's inexcusable the way the Yankees are hitting.
at a price that everyone can afford.
2 strikeouts against Little by Rice and Judge. It's inexcusably bad there.
Consider me your favorite shades.
Only 1 hit against this pathetic of a pitcher. This is just inexcusably bad hitting. Just inexcusably bad hitting. No walks. Against a pitcher that allows 3 walks a game. It's just inexcusably bad hitting. Especially they've already had 5 3-ball counts.
Oh, and hot dog sales are up 4% today. Which is what happens when the home team starts racking up cakes. Now that had some mustard on it. Catch the game like never before with Google Cloud AI.
The New York Yankee Foundation's 50-50 raffle is now open during every home game at Yankee Stadium. One lucky fan wins half the pot, and the other half is donated to the New York Yankees Foundation. Buy your tickets now at yankees.com/50-50.
So Yarborough back on the mound. No, now they make the change. Looks like it's a late change in Hamilton. Yarborough was out there, then Boone comes out late and changes it to Hamilton. So 4 innings from Yarborough. He may have earned another start. We'll see how the Yankees play that.
Probably looking to go a couple innings. If you
Now it's Hamilton's turn. I bet they hope to get 2 innings out of him.
One hit, 1 run, 4 innings.
Yeah, can't ask for much more than that.
I think he wanted another one to try to see if he could get a W. The Yankees could score.
Now it's Hamilton's turn. I bet they hope to get 2 innings out of him.
And that's another useless pitch in the dirt.
1-0.
Can't be throwing those. Again, there's never reason to miss the zone unless you have an 0-2 count on the hitter.
Stands out that Yarborough did that you don't like is he walked 3 batters.
Some people saying the Yankees should train Rice at third base. Yeah, who knows?
By Walls.
1-0 pitch. And there's the foul ball off his foot. That'll hurt. So 1-1 pitch coming.
And the pitch.
And that's high. 2-1 count. That's not a sinker. It's a two-seam fastball. Sinkers don't have that movement.
Yeah, Yarbrough, everything away to a righty. He'll backdoor that slider every now and then. And Hamilton, real good sink. Nice, easy sink at 94.
And that's a ball, an inexcusable. No, he went around. I'm surprised they said he went around, so 2-2 count. Hamilton rescued by the first base umpire there. I'm surprised they said he went around that one. He didn't go as far as the other one. They said he didn't go around. Interesting. Says the Rays are 0 for 3 RASP. That's runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Danny Jansen again. How did you walk him? How does Yarbrough walk him? That's impossible. I remember the day when you were batting under 200, you'd be in the minors. Love to get back to those days.
Jeff, there really isn't a flamethrower out there. They have guys that do different things.
Excuse me.
On the strike zone, they've got two guys who are great splitters
And so here is Walls, who has walked his last at bat. There's a strike. Great pitch right there on the inner corner of the plate. Great pitch right there.
Starters are only giving you 5 or 100 pitch count. It's huge that third time around the lineup with clubs. And yeah, bullpens.
So no one count.
Swing and miss. You need swing and miss, something that the Yankees missed a little bit last year, and they got it towards the end.
Swing and a foul ball.
Guys that you can't
You go like that for the sign, and then you just
You don't need flamethrowers.
like that.
All directions. It's all about movement. For me, I like the pitcher coming out and have different movement. You look at Hamilton, real good sinker in on righties. Then that slider down and away, got that strikeout on Jansen. Has a real good changeup.
So no 2-pitch coming.
Split.
Swing
Yeah.
and a foul ball. I wasn't sure if he caught it or not. I couldn't see the ball sitting on the plate camouflaging.
Devin Williams looking pretty good in that setup role. Building that confidence back.
You win today, you win the series if you're the Yankees.
Into the postseason. You
Get you another series win and your 20th win of the year. Then tomorrow you could try to get it back to 8 games above 500. Be 21-13 if you could do that. The 0-2 again, and that's outside. I see what he's trying to do there. I don't like it. Okay?
on starters. And then they don't really allow them to be that guy. Now, there are certain guys like Garrett Cole, he's allowed to be that guy. Max Fried's allowed to be that guy. The bullpen is what.
And that's just a waste of a pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, and they feel like most clubs feel like they can build bullpens from anywhere. They can go within or they can go sign
Wasting pitches. I know they like to throw them down there to try to get pitching at the top of them, but yeah, just a waste of pitches.
They really don't worry about some of the bullpen arms down there. And those starters, it's because the third time around the lineup, that's a big deal with clubs.
Friend just
You know,
messaged me.
the
The
numbers
2-2, and again a waste of a pitch in the dirt.
start getting high.
And an inexcusable 1-2 to full count.
100 pitches, that's an alarm for a lot of guys. Who came up with 100 pitches? Who was the person that on 100 pitches that, you know, the stuff starts dropping? Well, how about letting them pitch those things and then adjust like the hitters are trying to adjust? You know, the mentality now the clubs have is, you know, the pitchers come, they're satisfied with 4 or 5 innings.
And that's how they train them in the minors.
If you had,
So a payoff pitch now, inexcusably.
or Max Fried that constantly wants to go deep in the game, and every time they come to the park, I'm throwing 9 innings.
And an inexcusable walk, and that pitch is actually in the zone.
You know what? If I give
Another inexcusable walk of a 155 hitter that flails at everything. Gotta be sign stealing. It's gotta be sign stealing right there.
Diaz has walked and grounded back to the mound.
And an inexcusable walk, and that pitch back in the zone.
1-1 game, each team with a
Another
hit.
inexcusable walk for 155
In the
hitter
fifth
that
inning.
flails at everything. Gotta be
Walls
sign
can run.
stealing.
And another pitch low, and Hamilton's wasting a lot of pitches. I don't like it.
Waves through that breaking ball. So that was a sinker.
That's a nasty movement right there. In on a lefty.
1-1 pitch.
When you have a righty knowing that that pitcher's not afraid.
14 pitches, he's got 1 out.
Offering anything outside.
And there's a strike. 1-2. That was a good pitch right inside corner of the plate. It's a very hard pitch to try to do anything with.
On the inside. Wells wanted that away. You might want to call that pitch and see if you can get it away.
So a 1-2 pitch. Popped it straight up, back and out of play.
On the plate, not a play.
So starting to hit the zone a little better now.
A lot of times when that catcher throws that slider down,
A 1-2 pitch.
go right back to it because the pitcher doesn't mean to throw that. You get underneath it. That second slider is usually a good one down and away.
And just inside.
Rays making Hamilton work.
Hmm. Two again. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 down in the inning.
Gets Diaz on the breaking ball.
Well, there's that
Pretty good slider right there.
almost like a little how he puts a little circle, almost like a circle change that he just snaps off.
So that's a sloppy.
Yeah. It's a nasty pitch down and away.
So
Morel.
the Morel pops one up and foul out of play.
Left field, but out of play. Gave it a long
Chance to get out of this inning unscathed for Hamilton, but a lot of pitches now. He's about to throw his 20th pitch. Morel's now batting 222, 3 homers, 11 RBIs, 689 OPS, and that's why the Cubs got rid of him. Very bad hitter. There's nothing in this Rays lineup that can score runs. Nothing. You look on their bench, and there's nothing there either. And there's a ground ball foul, 2 count.
top of the fifth inning. One
The Rays are just not going to be a good team this year. There's a reason for it.
Not a big crowd at Yankee Stadium. Attendance has been phenomenal all year.
Strikes out 40% of the time this season, highest in MLB. So you got a good chance to get a strikeout here.
Morel struck out twice.
The 0-2 pitch. And he fouled that off.
Foul ball.
It's one of those ones where you check your swing and it catches the bat. Saves the ball, keeps it 0-2. That's about all it does.
Well, hitters don't like pitches inside. This is a 95-mile-an-hour.
Ooh, fouled that off the umpire's shin. Didn't catch that first time.
Morel.
What are you doing? So another 0-2 pitch coming. Yeah, they'll check it first. Didn't do anything.
Walls was dancing on first didn't go.
So 1-2 now.
Yankees saw
So he works to get Morel out. It's a guy you can strike out with relative ease.
Try to get him too far off the bag.
Well, Wall's 4 stolen bases on the year, haven't been caught yet.
And he wastes a pitch there. Good stab by Wells. Wells has been way above average. Almost Gold Glove caliber of a catcher defensively, by the way. He's been very good.
The 2-2.
And this is a ground ball that somehow gets into left field. How do you get a guy that strikes out 40% of the time to 0-2 and not strike him out? Inexcusably bad pitching there. Inexcusably bad.
Well, Slavio just stayed out over the middle of the plate. The last 2 pitches were way away.
Struck out twice today. He's 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Did he do that? Just inexcusably bad pitching there.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And they can express written consent of the New York Yankees.
Struck out twice today. Both the previous strikeouts. Did he do that? Inexcusably bad pitching.
So Brandon Lau, 0 for 2 today, 5 for his last 35 in his last 9 games. And I mentioned he does lead Tampa Bay with 15 wins. Dangerous left-handed hitter.
No, he's going to look something middle in to drive, especially early. And with
This
that,
is Lowe. Brandon Lowe at the plate. He's a double play threat.
down and away, but you have to
They only need one out here.
away to allow.
Now that gives you an attack and try to get a ground ball. And then what I'm seeing on Brandon Lowe's hat is illegal.
Change up the other way.
The TB that should be white is not, meaning he's got illegal amount of time or pine tar up there. The pitch from Hamilton and misses the zone.
1-0.
You have to be careful with throwing something inside the movement that Hamilton had. When you have thrown that two-seamer in, you saw how much that got over the middle of the plate. Almost like you started down the middle of the plate and let it break away, sink down away from Lau.
2-0. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Hamilton, but he's getting himself into trouble. That's Tim Hill getting loose. Yankees trying to piece it together on a day that Clark Schmidt was scratched from his start.
And there's a strike, 2-1 finally.
Wall's off second. Morello's off first.
And that's fouled away. 2-2. Another chance to get out of this inning. And Brandon Lowe will strike out.
Outs. 2 runs on the board. It's a 1-1 game.
Yes, the Rays have another Lowe. He is not in the lineup.
Joins him.
He's on the IL. It's Josh Lowe. They also used to have Nate Lowe, who's now the Nationals' first baseman. And that's fouled away. And he got hurt. Lowe got hurt. That did not hit him. He pulled something.
Oh, Hill's probably up to get you out of an inning. He's rapid fire down in that bullpen.
Oh, okay. Reviews. That was one on top of his foot. Replay.
Fouled away. He got hurt. Lowe got hurt, but did not hit him. He pulled something.
So 2-2 pitch coming.
Doesn't matter how big the guard is, it will always find the
Oh, yeah. You know, some guys will have that little pad that goes down on the foot, not this. Right on top of that foot.
Pitch coming.
swing and a miss.
There's your strikeout. Inning over. And I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and call this live. 5 innings, about what I was planning.